Welcome back to Press Pause, the 2022 edition. I want to take this time to wish every one of you a very blessed new year. I know we are still living in difficult times with variants of COVID-19 still ravishing this earth, but let's stay focused on God's goodness and trust Him during this time. The other day, I was reading the Sermon on the Mount found in Matthew 5, 6, and 7, and remarked what Jesus said about giving, praying, and fasting in chapter 6. In regards to giving, verses 3 and 4 say, "But when you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that your giving may be done in secret. Then your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you." In regards to praying, verse 6 says, "But when you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. Then your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you." In regards to fasting, verse 17 says, "But when you fast, put oil on your head and wash your face, so that it will not be obvious to men that you are fasting, but only to your Father who is unseen, and your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you." Did you notice there are some common threads here? First, but when you give, but when you pray, but when you fast. Seems like the onus is on you. It is your responsibility as a Christian, as a believer, to give, to pray, and to fast. Jesus did not say, if you give, if you pray, if you fast. He said, when you give, when you pray, when you fast. Secondly, in regards to giving, Jesus says that your giving may be in secret. As to praying, he says, close the door and pray to your Father. As to fasting, make yourself presentable so that it will not be obvious to men that you are fasting. In other words, don't boast about or display to everyone what you are doing for God. Do it in secret. Thirdly, Jesus has more to say about giving, praying, and fasting in secret. About giving, he says, then your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you. About praying, he says, then your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you. And about fasting, he says, and your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you. Wow, 3 times he says the same thing. God, your heavenly Father, rewards those actions that are done in secret. Secret service, that's what I call this. It is our responsibility as believers to give, to pray, to fast. And we are not to boast or proudly show off what we are doing, but rather we are to give, to pray, to fast in secret. And lastly, God who sees what is done in secret, in humility, he will reward you for doing so. So folks, let's start this new year of 2022 as Secret Service agents, giving to the work of the Lord, praying for others, and fasting so that we may know what the will of God is. And as you do these disciplines, I know you will experience the rewards that God has for you.